I've been paying attention, but I don't have a clue. Like you're the boss. You are the boss. Okay. But from what I see right now, um, these teams and you and Dale Jr., you guys replied, well, we're 30 million short. And that was famous. So it appears to me right now.
That's a lot of people.
I'm going to say this and I'll let you go. It appears to me that teams are only, the charter system is only worth what teams are willing to pay. It's not like the Dodgers, they're worth 40.
You can't put a value on it. Yeah.
Trillion dollar, so yes. Go ahead.
So this is what I know about business. Okay. In any business that you run, you have an earnings before taxes, an EBITDA, your profit, right? So if I run a business and I make $10 and I spend $5 of it, my EBITDA is $5, right? And so when you go into a business, you typically buy a business based on those earnings, and it's you apply a multiple to it. So Kenny, if you have a business and it makes $5 a year, I'll give you $40 because I'm going to give you a multiple of 8 and value your business. And, I'm going to take this business and build on. So my value, that's what you're talking about when you're talking about the value of the Red Sox or the Yankees or the football teams or whatever. Here's the problem. And I've always said something's only worth what somebody will pay for it, right? I mean, everybody asks me, what's this diecast worth? I don't know. What will you give me for it? What's this diecast worth? What will you give me for it? And here's the problem with charters, in my opinion. They sit on your balance sheet as an appreciating asset. Nobody knows what to pay for them because the business model to running a cup team is not a profitable business model. So I can't tell you that my cup team will make $2 million every year. And there's a value in that. There's a value. I mean, everybody wants to be in business to make money, right? And so the charter, while I love that it is an asset that can appreciate, it also has a contract, 7-year contract tied to it. Those charters don't have to exist after that 7-year contract.
So that's worth nothing. Then there's no charter.
I mean, right now they're essentially worth nothing because this contract's about to expire that they're working on. And they're proving that it's whatever you'll give for it. Gamebridge paid $40 million.
Jesus,
charter, right? I mean, Spire, right?
And you're just saying that it's true.
It's true. The charter, the Stewart Haas charters, I don't know what they're going for, but word on the streets, they're going for $25 million.
That's a big right? gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap. Word on the street is the last charter that sold before all that was $13 million, So my problem with it is that it's not about the value of the charter. I don't want to pay $30 million for something that I have no clue how to measure what it's worth. None.
Right.
And I don't want to pay $30 million for something that I also over here in the business model, I got to have 20 more million to run my race team, and I might not make any money.
Yeah, right.
Right.
We're so sponsorship driven.
Yes.
The fans, they mean well, but the fans say, Wallace, you live in that $1 million home. Yeah. How do you say you didn't make no money?
Right.
And I tell them, I said, you don't make. I win the Daytona 500 and I break even.
Yeah.
I made the money on sponsorship. Jegs pays me.
Relationships.
Jegs pays me money.
Right.
Priority Aviation pays. It's my sponsorship is where I make, if I make anything. But as far as running fifth in an Xfinity race, it's a joke.
Yeah.
You run fifth, you get 12 grand, something silly like that. I think collectively it's a very difficult subject.
It is. Could we put down 30 million? I mean, yeah, we can round up $30 million. Does it make sense to round up $30 million? That's the question. It's not really about what it costs. It's about what makes business sense and sense for the future in an asset that you're going to put. Would anybody out there buy a $500,000 house if
And in 7 years, they take it from you.
yeah, in 7 years they take it from you, or I mean, I know that the value of houses are dependent upon the market and all that, but you wouldn't knowingly buy a $500,000 house that you can't decide how much is it for, or it costs you more to live there.
And it's a flood zone.
You just wouldn't do it. Yeah, you just
Right.
wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's calm down for sake, me and you both with the charter. Well, here's what I say. I'm just simple. I say NASCAR says, uh, for as long as NASCAR's in the game, all charters are worth this.
Yeah.
That way, if you, I'm just okay. Don't nobody listen to what I'm saying. This is inside Herman's world.
We don't
Inside
know which
Herman's,
skinny this is coming from.
yeah. Well, this is the business one. I listen. You look at Bud Moore, Junior Johnson. They quit. They had nothing. All they had was brick and mortar, old junky old buildings that had been there for 100 years. I would have liked for there to be, okay, if you are in NASCAR and there's only 39 spots, each one is automatically worth, whatever number you want. Calm down, everybody. I'm just going to say a number for sake. 20 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bud Moore, when he got old and couldn't walk anymore, and he said, listen, I can't walk anymore. My kid's roughed up. Somebody want my spot. And he got $20 million
Yes, for his spot.
for his spot. That,
Absolutely.
to me, that's all I'm looking at.
So that's what I also want to say, because I mean, I got so many thoughts. First off, NASCAR as a sport rocks.
Yeah.
I mean, racing is just feeds my soul above anything else. Competition, just everything that we do here. Like we've got a badass sport, right?
Yeah, we love it.
We love it. I mean, we can't get enough of it. The
Right.
fans can't get enough of it. They're showing up each and every week. It's all great. Economics matter, and they got to get the economics right. That's the problem. So your NFL and your MLBs and all these people, and this is the problem that we have as NASCAR. We were the Junior Johnsons and the Bud Moores of the world, and we want to be who owns the Yankees, or we want to be John.
Well,
Henry.
it used to be
George
John
Henry of the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
We want to be John Henry of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
But what it takes to get there is going to be painful for somebody.
Yeah.
Because you just can't flip the switch. Because we have too many constituents. We have tracks that have infrastructures and investment and constituents. We have race teams that have infrastructure, constituents, and investment. We have NASCAR that has all of those things. We have drivers. Like, somebody has to lose to get to be the John Henry of NASCAR for us to become like other sports. And that's the goal. That's what Denny Hamlin's fighting for. That's what these people are fighting for. It's just that it's not going to work for all 36 teams in the sport today. Someone's going to lose.
And I agree with that because, Major League, now what I'm going to say has to do with our sport.
Yeah.
Not everybody's equal. And I know people get upset about that, but I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. When I look at Major League Baseball, our Cardinals, our 11-time world champion Cardinals, they're the second best team in all of baseball. And our value is worth way less because the city of St. Louis is small. Okay, so there's less people to pay money. Now, the Yankees, Chicago, Dodgers, they're worth way more than us because there's way more people in their city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Never thought of that.
So we are the second greatest baseball team in history. 11, and we're not valued very high.
Yeah.
Because we don't have no people.
Yes.
So, okay, we can go on forever.
Yeah.
But let's have fun with this now. Kelley and Dale to be Cup Series owners.
Mm-hmm.
I say that's a big burden at 50 years old.
It is.
Comment on that.
Yeah. I mean, again, if you look at if you think about what it means to be a cup owner, what it means to be a cup owner today is that I need a very valuable charter to make it work. Do I put out the money for that charter today at 51 years old, and Dale's turning 50. Wait, I'm turning 52. He's turning 50.
We're all of age.
We're all of age. We're over 50. Ugh. So, I hope I get to retire at 65. I hope that I can go enjoy some life. And Dale's like in a whole second life of his life, right? With marriage and
Yes.
kids and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. So it's like you have this asset over here that can appreciate and provide value long term, but how hard you have to work to make the business model work. And do you want to work that hard for the next 10 or 15 years when you already worked 25 years really hard to do what we do now and to be what we are now? We've got Dirty Mo Media rocking and rolling. Our Xfinity team, I could run 8 to 10 cars if I had the facility and the ability. It's flourishing from the standpoint of being on track. Dale's doing TV. Dale's doing a lot of great things. So
Car
there's a
tour.
lot of great stuff going on.
Yeah.
We want to be cup owners. It just has to make sense, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of variables for it
Here-
to make sense.
Here's what I'm going to be a fan and pretend you're not listening to me right now. I'm at a bar. Man, I'll tell you what them Earnhardts ought to do. One of those, like Hendrick ought to say, we're going to give you Kelley $5 million a year. We're going to give Junior $5 million a year to let us use the Earnhardt name. And
Mhm.
they're each going to make 10 appearances a year. But if I was them Earnhardts, I wouldn't be involved in any business transaction because then they'd have to work so hard. What's that sound like?
I mean, we already work hard. We work really hard.
$5 million's not enough for each
Yeah,
of
right.
you.
No. I mean, I guess, that would be easy. We've talked to investors. We could get the money. Like I say, it's not about that.
Gotcha.
It's about, we could get the money all day long. Do we? I mean, we are the kind of people that want to be responsible for our own success.
Yeah.
We have skin in the game. People ask me, "Oh, so how often do you go to work?" I go to work every single day. My day starts at 6 a.m., my first cup of coffee. I'm in this office at 8:30. I leave this office at 5 o'clock every day, except when I'm traveling with Wyatt.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people we are. I mean, we just want to control our business. We want to influence our business. I want to be here for my people. I want my people to know me. I want to know they know who they work for.
Yeah.
And that's just how we operate. That's just, I got a email funny story just because you were pretending to be a race fan. I got an email yesterday that said, I don't have to read this and I don't have to respond, but this was their idea. Their idea was to go in business with Marcus Smith. He owns X many tracks. They gave me the whole schedule of the tracks that we could go run, and everybody should just leave NASCAR and go do that like they did with IndyCar.
Yeah, well,
everybody's got an opinion.
And you know what? You and I know history. The last time that all the Cup guys boycotted, that was very messy at Talladega. They took the Xfinity Series, made them run the Cup Series. And well, we both want good. And I got to tell
There's
you,
no good in that for anybody.
No,
everybody loses in a situation like that.
Yeah, and I remember Chip Ganassi roughing your brother up, saying, "Come on, Dale, you need to be a Cup owner." It's like 8 months ago.
Yeah,
and I'm like, man, why would you want to be a Cup owner when everything's all good?